Good morning, everyone. No, take two. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Taylor Self versus the World 24.2. Will be better than last week. Why, yes, it will be. The tensions are high between Jayson Hopper and Taylor Self. But before we get to the show, let's do a little business. There was a comment on this morning's show. It said, Sevan, I didn't know that you were a racist and MAGA nut job. I responded, now you know. I didn't know you were a radical liberal pedophile. And that is a little brief look at how my morning went.
The relationship between man and iron is the ultimate metaphor for life. The iron doesn't care how busy you are or how much sleep you've got. It offers no refuge to your excuses or your self-pity. You only get what you earn. 315 is always 315. And just like life's burdens, some days the weight is going to feel heavier than others. But you still have to show up. You still have to put in the work. Because anything truly worthwhile in life requires hard work and sacrifice. No shortcuts, no handouts, no entitlements. People can make excuses all day long about why they aren't successful. But let's speak a hard truth. At the end of the day, the only one stopping you is you. So what's it gonna be? Born primitive, made for the modern savage.
We don't make excuses. Badass. That dude is badass. We don't make excuses at the Sevan podcast. We don't make excuses at all. Today, I kicked ass on that workout. I got 4 rounds plus 1. My body looked like a fucking Greek god. You wouldn't believe what I looked like after that. I was fucking jacked. What did you get, Hiller?
9 plus 15.
And you did them in the savage ones. What did you get, Mr. Young?
I got 8 plus 35.
Handling our business. Here we are. Caleb, what'd you get?
I haven't done it yet. I'm hoping to do it this weekend.
Okay, some of us have excuses.
Ooh.
Listen, this is going to be something epic. First of all, thank you to Born Primitive and capeptides.com for bringing the athletes out here, paying for their travel, paying for their hotel, supporting us, giving us the signage, giving us the backbone we need to get this done. Thank you to Andrew Hiller from BIRTHFIT and John Young from JY Barbell, and of course Caleb, who's always there running the show. There was talk today that tensions, even though these guys are friends, that tensions are running very, very high. There was a story that came out that Taylor Self told people, hey, I don't want to be at the gym at the same time Taylor's there. Let me know. Or I don't want to be there at the same time Jayson Hopper's there. So Taylor was saying, hey, I don't want to be at the gym when Jayson Hopper's there. I don't want to interact with him. I don't want to talk with him. I don't even want to fucking see him. And this is indicative of what we saw last week. Taylor is there to fucking war. He doesn't want anything breaking his concentration. Thoughts on his approach, Mr. Young?
I like it. Taylor is one of those people that can hurt more than anybody else. And he's trying to get in the zone. He's going to need it to beat Hopper because it's going to be a tall task. I'm hoping for it. I will be so hyped if Taylor beats Hopper. I don't see it happening, but I am hoping for it.
And Hiller, when John says Taylor can hurt, when I did this workout, I mean, it wasn't about hurting. It was like, hey, I was going to throw up and I couldn't breathe. How does he push through that? What does Taylor do when that happens?
I think he does it more frequently than you do. I mean, I think you said yourself after that workout, that's not something that you're all that accustomed to.
No.
And from what I understand, Taylor kind of does it a lot, if not multiple times a day. And when you do that as often as he does, your capacity drives up pretty high.
John, when you say hurt, where is he going to feel it? His legs, his lungs,
His soul.
his soul.
I would probably say his lungs, but maybe grip even. And if he feels his grip, I mean, that's hard to kind of push through. Did you feel your grip at all in this, Hiller? I've heard a couple people.
A little bit.
Yeah. I didn't feel my grip at all, but that could just be because I wasn't going fast enough. So,
hey, I
When
have
you
this
do 4
opinion
rounds,
of-
you don't feel grip. When you do 4 rounds, you don't feel grip.
when you
Jayson,
don't do your double unders unbroken, your forearms don't blow up.
No. But my traps got blown up. Hiller, why do you think Jayson Hopper's the better at these movements, better at the deadlift, better at the row, better at the double unders?
I mean, from watching Colton and Medeiros, you would figure the only thing that would be beneficial for Hopper or for Taylor in relation to Hopper would be the height, because the barbell doesn't move as far and the rope doesn't have to turn over as far. But the row seemed to overcome that. However, I think you have an opinion on that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yesterday, when we were talking about this, in the days previous, we were talking about how this is a rowing workout, but I think this is a transition workout. John, what do you think? I think this is going to be won and lost in the transitions.
I think all elite athletes should probably have the same time on transitions. And if they don't, it's on them. I saw the spin thing. I saw the spin article too. We all saw that off the first round, Justin had 2 seconds on Colton. He can say it's transitions. If you are top tier games athletes, you all should transition as fast as possible the whole entire time. That's what I have to say about that. Like, as far as transitions,
we're 8 minutes away from the start of the CrossFit the CrossFit Crash 24.2 CrossFit Open. Jayson Hopper versus Taylor Self. Taylor Self took second in the world in the first workout. Do we know what Hopper took in the first workout?
Ooh,
not second.
Okay, he did much better than I would have figured. I think his time was 6:03. I just don't know where that puts him.
Probably like 24th, something like that.
Pretty good. I'm gonna go look.
And although there's frequent talk that the Open doesn't matter, I also had a small talk with Jayson Hopper, and he says I can't get done like Dallin.
50th,
Is Jayson Hopper here to win? What did he get, Hiller?
He took 50th in the world. His time was 6:08.
Okay, so he's no chump. Out of a couple 100,000 people, he took 50th.
Here's
That's
a good
impressive
question.
for his size.
Oh, super impressive. Sprague was right there too, though. As far as times go, I think he was 6:02.
We have a beautiful setup. Will Brandstetter set this up at CrossFit Crash. We'll also set the setup at CrossFit Charlotte, where we will be doing 24.3, which will be Colton Mertens against Taylor Self. Workout still to be determined. Are you guys both convinced that both these guys are going to go as hard as they can, that this is not just the Open, that this is like, hey, they know it's all eyes on them, time to win, time to put the smackdown on?
Dude, this is bragging rights for as long as they're going to know each other. This is what this is. If they know each other for 5 years, they'll be talking about it for 5 years. If one of them dies at the 70, they're going to be talking about it till they're 70.
I disagree so much. I think Hopper has everything to lose on this. I think the world expects Hopper to win. If you're picking Taylor, it's because you just want him to win. I think if Taylor beats Hopper in a rowing workout, Taylor will never let Hopper hear the end of it.
That's what I'm telling you, dude.
If Taylor beats Hopper, it will be worse than his 31st place at the CrossFit Games. Okay.
And he didn't make the cut.
Right.
How do you guys think, Andrew, how do you think the pressure is for Hopper versus Taylor? Would you say that Hopper's had more experience with high pressure?
Yes. How has he handled it? Arguably not incredibly well, because he had all that hype going into the games after he won that semifinal in his first year, and then he did well, but he's faltered a little bit. Has he had more pressure? Yeah, but does it mean that's going to help him out? I don't know.
We're 4.5 minutes away from the start. You have time to use the code BPOpen20 at the Born Primitive site and get 20% off on anything there. The Savage One is the best shoe. Their joggers are amazing. And also, if you're ready, you're ready to go to the next level, capeptides.com. Use code word Hiller or Sevan. John, what do you think about the pressure difference? I think Hopper is significantly more comfortable in these high pressure situations.
Are they going?
No.
If they are, Hopper shit the bed already.
Hopper's had way more opportunities to be in high pressure situations, 100%. But I agree with Hiller. He either thrives or he crashes. Hopper is one of the most roller coaster people in the entire field.
Will Brandstetter, are we still on schedule for 4 minutes and 30 seconds for the start of 24.2 Taylor Self versus the world?
This is Mr. Hopper.
Oh,
We are. We got JR on the roaming handheld mic. He can hear you guys. So
4:30 and counting, guys. 4:30.
okay, fantastic. JR, will you weigh in on this? You know both of these gentlemen very well. What's the headspace on these guys?
I think they're both in a great headspace. They're just tired of waiting around. They're ready to go. I will not comment on who I think is the winner.
Do you have someone who you think is going to be the winner? You just don't want to comment in order to jeopardize the relationships, stress the relationships?
Yeah, he coaches one of them.
No, not at all. But I will say that, like last week, home field advantage, I think, is a thing. And where I said I wouldn't pick against Taylor and Charlotte, I wouldn't pick against Jayson here.
See that? How I manipulated JR, everyone? That's how it's done.
You're so political, JR. I hate it.
You're welcome, John. You're welcome.
Dude,
That's
that
how
setup
it's
is
done.
awesome. You can hear him and
JR,
talk.
can you weigh in on this about the transitions? How important you think the transitions are?
Yeah, it's a really interesting workout. Watching some people do it today, watching some high-level people do it. Something as small as just taking a breath before you pick up the bar on a deadlift, that's 1 to 2 double unders. That's 2 reps total in the workout. So if these guys are finishing round 10 and they're almost into round 11, that 1 second is going to be the reason why one of them win and one of them lose. So you have to think about it by the repetition that's, I would say, the most valuable, the most expensive, and that would, in this workout, be the double under from a standpoint of execution. Everyone wants to talk about the row paces, which I agree with. The row paces are really important. But at the end of the day, 1 trip on a double under, that's 3 seconds. So that's 6 double unders later in the workout.
I did notice, I heard Matt O'Keefe was in the house, and then I also see Jocko Willick is there wearing the Crucible sweatshirt behind you. That's really cool. I didn't know we were going to have such celebrity status shit going on in the house. Hey, what about the tension between these guys and that they are notorious for being competitive against each other? Is that going to be a deciding factor? Is someone going to fall out of their game because they're going to come out too hot? They're going to get swept up in the competition with the other guy instead of running their own race?
If they didn't have such a rich training history, I would say yes. But because they have trained head-to-head so many times, I don't think it's going to feel much different. I don't really think either of them, as silly as this is to say, is going to be pacing off of each other. They know the pace they need to be starting off at on the row. They know the pace they need to be kicking at on the row to finish the workout. And at that point, it's just really who's got it in the tank and who doesn't. I think they're going to pay attention to one another a lot less than you think on this workout.
If we pull out and we see the crowd here, who are these people? Do all of these people know Jayson Hopper? Have all of these people met him, shook his hand, done a class next to him, etc.?
They all know of Jayson Hopper that trains at Crash. Some of them are probably 5 a.m. people, maybe I've never even seen him before. So it's pretty cool that this many people wanted to come out and do this on a Friday night. I'm really, really, really happy to see all these people out here. And
Taylor, does he have any support there? Is his wife there?
Oh, yeah. A ton of people are here. Andy's here. His wife's here. I mean, there's a crew here from Charlotte that came out to support him. And honestly, guys, Taylor's here so much that a lot of these people here think of Jayson just like they think of Taylor. They're kind of one of us.
One of us.
Do you think that this, do you think that there will be, like they were saying, bragging rights for the remainder of their relationships for whoever wins this? You think this will be the kind of thing that they use to poke at each other?
No, they'll only poke at each other about this until the next time they work out together. And then it'll be the most recent workout that they remind each other of.
Have either of these guys, Taylor or Jayson, trained today?
No, they both came in and did 2 or 3 rounds at a pace that they hope to execute the workout. And then after that, they've just been sitting around waiting. But we're about 20 seconds away, guys. So I got to start them up on the clock.
All right, great. 20 seconds, guys. 24.2, Taylor Self versus the world, brought to you by Born Primitive. creator of the best shoe in the CrossFit space, the Savage 1. They also have a new swim line and CA peptides.
JR has Vince McMahon vibes with that microphone.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
he's
so
good.
clear. It's
He
good.
needs
was
to
good.
go in the
Such an
middle.
outcome.
He needs to go in the middle and just say, "Let's get ready to rumble," and then start.
Just
It
to
feels
make
like a
sure.
boxing match.
Just to make sure. Thank you, Rich. 99.
What?
10
What?
seconds.
You got to count up to 99
Oh.
What does that mean? I don't get it.
on the clock.
Rich
You
put
can't
something
just
on
set
his
it for
Instagram the other
20
day.
minutes.
Oh.
Mm.
And we're off, guys.
Oh,
24.2.
dude, Taylor got started better than
No,
Hopper
he-
did.
He's fine.
No, Hopper's already in the dirt.
Oh, this monitor camera is clutch.
Bryson Del Monte framing the CEO shirts, which I approve of. Oh, I didn't even see the monitor there. There, you're right. Get your
Right.
CEO shirts at vindicate.com, vndk8.com.
140.
Taylor's going about the same pace that Justin came out at. And if we
Hiller,
remember
tell me why you're
correctly-
laughing about that 142.
Well, I'll only be laughing if he could still do it in 8 rounds.
Yeah,
which
Justin
he
faded.
very well might.
Jason,
what?
Jason's holding at a 139.
Okay, I should probably laugh at that one too, but the visual hit me hard.
Dude, Jason will hold it. He's going to hold that the whole time.
You think so?
Yes.
I think it's really foolish on this workout with these two guys to make any assumptions about how it's going to finish up until at least the halfway mark.
I feel like I don't disagree, JR, but I feel like the rowing in this feels like the rowing in 19.1. Like, can you keep a pace, whatever pace you were holding in the wall ball rowing workout? And Jason had the world record in that workout.
Ladies and
So-
gentlemen, 24.2, 300 meters on the rower, 10 deadlift at 185 pounds, 50 double unders, as many reps as you can get in 20 minutes. You're watching the event at CrossFit Crash, J.R. Howell's gym. J.R. Howell's on the mic. He's the man who you hear but cannot see.
Also, in saying that, one trip and then holding that 139 means nothing.
What was that? 142 for the first round for Jayson Hopper.
Yeah, that's decent.
It's
147.
145 for Taylor.
Okay, 145 for Taylor.
Yeah, that's also
and like
decent.
I've been telling some people, rounds 1 and 2, they're going to have some juice. They're going to have a lot of adrenaline. They're probably going to row a little heavy,
Come on.
but they'll settle in. They should settle in by round 2 and 3, and we shouldn't see a whole lot of deviation with the experience level here until maybe that 16-minute mark. That's where you start feeling sorry for yourself. That's when you start letting yourself row a little easier if you're in the lead, or maybe you're feeling bad about yourself because you're getting beat. So I think these guys are going to be super consistent, and you'll see like a 3 to 4 second maybe deviation from here all the way through like round 8 or 9.
JR, talk to me about the placement of the rowers. Why aren't they side by side so they can scope each other's speed at?
I specifically didn't want them to be able to game off of each other. I think that takes away a lot from them not really knowing how hard the other is rowing. And I think pacing off of each other is a lot easier, and not knowing where the other is at really adds to the drama, adds to the race.
Jason is faster on the rower and faster on the deadlifts.
No, he's not faster on the deadlifts. He's just had a
So
lead
Jason
on
is at 10 double unders right now when Taylor starts. So let's just say that's a 5-second lead. Let's see at what time they both get on the rower. Does someone have a little faster cycle rate on their double under, or are they about even?
Currently, they are both on pace for 1,000 reps if they were to hold this pace, which, like JR said, I think they'll both fade a little bit, but they're on pace for 1,000 reps.
Hopper finishes at 329,
332 when he started his
334.
pool, 337 when Taylor started his.
5-second lead.
Yep.
Who are the judges, JR? How did you choose the judges, and are they stressed out?
They're not stressed at all. Caroline is judging
please.
Taylor, and Zach is judging Jason. Jason and Zach have a lot of back and forth banter on a daily basis. Zach's one of our coaches here, and Caroline has been judging since the very first Crash Crucible when Taylor and Jason were both competing in 2020. They're like two of the best that I have that I knew were available tonight.
Taylor Self is wearing a Born Primitive shirt, and he's got the Savage ones on.
Do you
Hopper
remember
is naked.
Taylor? Do you remember, Hiller, the round that Justin started to fade? Because we saw this like similar number for him, and then randomly we saw 148. Do you remember if it was like round 5?
No, it was later than that. It seemed like it
7?
was probably 7.
So Jason was just getting off
433.
the rower at about a 141 pace, at about a 141.
Jason looks
So now he's
ripped.
about 7 seconds behind, 8 seconds behind. Taylor is.
I see Hopper picked up that Tiatumi deadlift working over with the HWPO camp.
You know, I've been seeing a lot of people today. Taylor was just doing it on the last two, where they have that 1-2 bounce, and I really don't think it's purposeful watching so many people do it today, like just average members doing it. I don't know. I think it's just like they favor one side when they deadlift, and they just kind of lean to one side. Maybe one arm is slightly bent, so it makes one side of the barbell hit early. I don't know.
517, Hopper.
Ooh, Quentin.
First pull at 520.
I'm gonna do the math for you guys.
525 for Taylor.
It looks like he lost 3 seconds
First
on that round.
pull at 530.
Ooh,
So he's 10 seconds.
Okay, so
So-
but Taylor is transitioning very well.
They're transitioning
Not as
the
well as
same.
Hopper.
No, I think they're transitioning the same. He's just picking up ground on the rower every time.
Hey, JR, can you tell us what Hopper's rowing at? Because we see Taylor's, and I'm curious what Hopper's holding still.
Yeah, so Jason is right now at a 140,
Okay.
141.
He's faded 1 to 2 seconds. Taylor's faded 2 to 3 seconds.
Stay in between a 140 and a 141.
Okay.
We're 6 minutes into the workout. What round is this?
4.
4.
Still on pace for 1,000 reps, both of them.
Oh, you know, Taylor's hanging on. He's right there.
Yeah, which would be a world record.
Yeah, and remember, all it's going to take is stopping on the 49th double under, or getting the rope tangled up a little bit when you go to start a set. You know, those 3 to 4 seconds. That's all it takes sometimes.
Is Jason standing up all the way, JR?
It looks like he is from here. He's really bow-legged. So, I mean, I think just in general, when he locks his knees out, it kind of looks like there's a slight bend.
Now, I'm pretty sure Justin.
You're not allowed to comment on his body, dude.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm pretty sure Justin and Colton both each had a trip by now, too.
Yeah, and guys, remember also, like they're probably 4 to 5 feet closer to every implement.
Yeah, I'm not comparing them, but just like how their body's doing. You know what I mean? I'm not comparing times. 7:11 for Hopper on the first pull.
Jason is at 40
Ooh.
meters right now. As
It
Taylor.
seems like he did not lose time on that round.
No, that was 9 seconds. Taylor gained a second on that round.
So Jason's about 100 meters in, settling back into a 140.
Currently looking at this, Taylor is going to need an error. Jason Hopper will need
Taylor's
to
at about a 145 right now.
They're both kind of fading from their original at the same rate.
They got freaking 12 minutes left, guys.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, a lot of people ask me this today, like, what kind of advice do you give me? And I said, from minutes 12 to 16, don't be soft, because that's when it really starts to hit, and you have that little bit of adrenaline kick at the end. But when you get to minute 10, you're like, oh, I'm halfway, I'm good. But then for some reason, when you get to that 2/3, 3/4 of the way through, that's when it really starts to get tough, and you start to want to get sloppy with transitions.
Ooh, I like the camera move over there. That was good.
It
picked
looks
up
like
at
it looks like
8:15.
Zach just told him to stand up all the way. He looks like he's being a little bit more deliberate with that.
Zach's a good dude.
And for those of you who didn't know what Hiller was talking about, you can see that the weights on the right and left and the deadlift are not hitting the ground at the same time for either Taylor or Jason.
Is crash lopsided, JR? Is the whole building on one slant, which is why your members did the same thing.
Yes.
That
Yeah, the
explains
walls are
everything.
definitely not square.
Yes.
Investigative journalist Andrew Hiller always at work.
This is actually Sevan's headboard.
All right, first pull is at 9:03.
About
First
the same.
goal is at
They're
9:14.
both
He fell back
He
a
gained
bit.
2 seconds. He gained 2 seconds on that. Hopper.
they're both so professional with the way that they do things. Every single time Taylor stops with the rope with his heel, he does a little semicircle with both hands. He lays the handles down perfectly. He gets on the rower, one foot goes in, grabs it by the middle part of the oar, second foot goes in, starts to pull with two hands. Jayson gets off the row, 1, 2, immediately starts. Like they're very, very, very polished and disciplined with their transition.
Oh no!
Are they
Taylor.
on identical rowers, JR?
Yeah, other than lifetime meters, absolutely. I have no idea who's got the newer rower. Stop trying to conjure up nefariousness.
That's a great movie.
Picks up at
Nice.
10:08. Jayson Hopper picked the bar up at 10:08.
It was on this round that Taylor's pace fell back about 2 seconds
Yep.
for 500.
10:22.
14 seconds.
So this is larger than any gap we saw between Colton and Justin. Is that correct?
No, it wasn't. It was similar. I think we're seeing a very, very similar race. It's just these two are both at a faster rate.
Luke Stone, I got 480 reps. How crap is that? Or is that okay? It's perfect. Man, you're a beast. Good job.
Depends on what you would have gotten last year.
If you would have paid 1 pound, I'd have told you it was shit. But for 2 pounds, it's great.
Dude, both of them have been perfection, though. No trips. Every transition's been tight.
Look at that little swoop he did at the end.
It's just the difference in the rowing pace right now.
It's almost like you said it was a rowing workout.
I know. We don't like to listen to me.
Ross Lewis, $1.99. Let's go, Taylor. Untuck it and speed up, dude.
Jason's at about a 145 now. So throttle back a little bit. And it's hard to do once you know you've got like 10 to 20 second lead, 148 for Taylor.
150, Taylor. Don't let it hit 150.
Sounds like the crowd's getting into it a little bit, JR.
No, that was Jayson talking crap at him.
Oh. Have they said a word since they've started, JR?
No.
Souza was talking to me during the second round of our workouts today, and I told him to stop it.
Jason's getting off at about a 141 here, so he's pretty much holding the pace he started out at.
12:04.
Picked up at 12:04.
Hopper's impressive.
Yeah, man.
Oh, what the hell was that, Taylor?
Yeah, that was
12:18.
interesting. 12:17, 12:18.
Still 14 seconds. It's still holding on that.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed that transition. It was that might be what Hiller's talking about, but just the facial expression changed a little with Jayson. The back step was just a little bit slower. They're definitely starting to feel it now. We're just over that 12-minute mark. So 12 to 16 minutes, I think, is the most painful part of the workout. And then these guys can start
Take it
it
home.
with about 2 rounds left.
What round are we in?
7, finish 7.
I don't know. December 31st was 20 kilograms heavier, so less. I don't know.
I asked how he would have done last year, so I think that's him saying he would have done worse. So his score is fantastic for you.
I like the one-arm grab by Taylor.
All right, so
Yeah, I don't like that.
only a 50-meter lead. So Taylor started pulling. Jayson was at 50.
Ooh. Well, you put
Why
it
don't
that
you
way.
why don't you like the one-arm grab, Hiller?
I don't know. It just looks a little bit awkward, and I don't know. It's not powerful, and it kind of looks like a waste of time. The rower's already reset and turned on, so it works.
Some texts are coming in. Jason's face looks like an impending explosion. Do you see any signs, JR, of one of these guys hitting a wall and just turning off?
Jayson looks like he's hurting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that little transition
147.
last round going from the deadlift to the double under. Yeah, I think he probably came out a little hot on purpose. And I mean, this is the kind of workout though, guys. Like when you get a 10 to 15 second lead on someone, unless you mess up on double unders, you're probably not going to relinquish that lead.
Oh, Taylor's gonna get him. Come on,
Dude. I think Taylor sees the pain in Hopper's face, though.
Yeah, that's
Well-
JR's fault.
Still about a 10 deadlift lead.
JR
14
put them at
seconds.
one
It's
another.
still 14 seconds. It's held steady at 14 seconds the last 2 rounds.
Eat him, Taylor. Eat him.
Taylor's doing his deadlifts faster now
Yeah.
than Jayson.
He can sense him slowing down though, for sure.
Taylor
only
can
5
sense fear. He's like a shark, Taylor.
Still,
maybe it's a bear or a
neither one
tiger.
is tripped.
40 to 20 right now. So a 20 double under difference.
24.2 at CrossFit Crash.
Oh, that was huge.
That was a good call by Zach. He said 49. He tripped. Jayson knew it. Did it right away.
That was huge.
So our first error by Jayson
right.
Hopper. Now, Colton was not able to capitalize on
150.
Justin's
he's
error.
getting in the rhythm. He'll get it.
Now, will Taylor be able to capitalize on it?
Well, here's the thing. Like if Jason's right now at a 147, unless Taylor is able to row a little bit harder than he was rowing on the last round, he can't take advantage of that miscue.
Can they hear you, JR?
I don't think so.
It's just
Mason
so
Mitchell,
hard to make up
Hopper.
time.
Hopper is wounded. Luke Stone, good job, lads. Thank you.
Jay Hartle, the lifeless shark eyes of Taylor. Yeah, that's what
Jason's
I'm
at
talking about.
148 right now. 148 pace.
Guys, you're watching 24.2 at CrossFit Crash.
Oh
the
no.
CrossFit Open, brought to you by Born
That's what I'm
Primitive.
saying. He's gonna have to row
Right,
it
so
like a
these guys
144
know the kick is going to have to start if they have any kick at all, right? If you're on the rower with a minute left, you're going to sprint it. But right now, if they don't start the kick, it's probably not going to come until the last 60 seconds of the workout.
How do you know that they think it's at 16 minutes? Did you talk to him about that, JR?
No, that's just what I felt when I did the workout and
12-second lead.
what a lot of people told
Jason.
me after.
Hopper's slowing down, man.
Yeah, man. He's going water buffalo mode.
But Taylor can't capitalize. Like Taylor's at a 150. He feels he's in the same pain cave.
He can capitalize by not taking his sweet ass time picking up the jump rope.
What round is this?
9.
I don't know.
So we're at the end.
This would be 9. This would be finishing 9 at about 17, under 17.
They're still on world record pace. Currently, the world record is 10 double unders in the 11th round.
Jayson Hopper back on the road. By the way, guys, you can go to Born Primitive and use BPOPEN 20, BP Open 20 to get 20% off, and then head over to capeptides.com.
Taylor, let's go. Move your
Jason's
ass.
at about 50 meters again with Taylor starting.
Why is Jason's judge watching Taylor?
He's learning, man. He's trying to learn while he watches.
All right, one hand. Okay, Sevan likes it too.
Taylor's picked it up a little bit. He's holding at about a 146.
Yeah, he is. All right, guys, 17:38.
Kneel down behind Taylor. Right behind him is his wife, and she is chattering.
Yeah, she's telling him he can't come home tonight if he doesn't beat Jayson.
Jason just had a 155 on the screen.
Oh my gosh! And Taylor's at a 146.
I always knew Jayson had a small little wiener.
If he makes it past this round, though, I think it's just not enough time.
This is gonna be pretty close at the end, guys. This is gonna be pretty close.
Hopper's mouth is wide open.
Astute observation. Close that mouth, Hopper. Oh, here comes Taylor. He is gonna get him.
So
He is an angry man.
If you're gonna trip on a double under, it's right now, guys. If you're gonna have a trip, it's right now. And how long is the rest? If you do trip, how long do you rest before you start going again?
Come on.
If Hopper trips, Taylor can get him. I don't think he can get him unless he trips, though.
Hopper's got boots of lead. He's gonna trip.
80 seconds left, people. 80 seconds. We're in the 10th
Don't you trip,
round.
Jayson.
I'm willing Hopper to trip.
So finishing 10 right now, guys.
Where's Snape in the audience casting spells on ropes and stuff?
Oh,
He
dude,
chucked
he
the
knew-
rope.
He knew he won it with that. He knew he won it with that.
That's
He
not.
knew he did.
He chucked the rope.
Here we go. It's a
Oh,
rowing race,
that's
people.
close.
Here we go.
Close, guys.
Don't need the rope, idiot.
55 seconds left.
All right, it's a row off. That's not a good thing
In
for
a
Taylor.
142.
Jason's at Taylor's at 137.
Jason's at 204.
Dude, Jason's
Jason's
hurting. I think
100 meters
Taylor's
in at a
gonna get him.
143.
Get closer to your mic, John. 1922.
Guys, if anyone can touch the jump rope, this is going to be really close.
Dude,
30 seconds
Taylor's
left.
going to catch him here.
Yeah, Jason's dying.
135 for Taylor. He's at about 200 meters.
Oh, I'm cramping.
Jason is at 200 meters.
Holy shit.
Taylor's
Neck
gonna
and
do
neck,
it,
guys.
dude.
15
Taylor's
seconds
gonna freaking
left.
Do it, man.
237.
Dude, he's gonna beat him.
Thumb.
10 seconds, guys.
The crowd's getting unhinged. 5 seconds left, people.
Move your ass.
Time.
Taylor, no.
Oh my God.
Did he get
One
a
deadlift. He beat him by one deadlift.
No.
No.
Did they
Zach
tie?
said no on the deadlift.
They
No
tied.
No, Hopper. I mean, you give that to Hopper.
You
Hopper
don't
won.
give it to Hopper.
You don't
if
give
he
it to
didn't get
Hopper? What the
Yes,
fuck
you
is
do.
wrong with you?
No, you don't call a tie. Who
You
got off the
yes,
roller
you
first?
do. Yes,
Who got
you
off the roller
do.
first?
All right, so guys,
There's
if
no
you want-
tiebreak.
rights.
It's a tie.
Hold on.
Bragging
Let's
rights.
JR get some feedback from JR. Let's see what's going on here. We'll fight in a
if
second.
you want,
Here we
to
go.
get some explanation for that real quick, Zach said he did not complete the deadlift before the time ran out.
Well, next time I see Zach, tell him I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in 1 minute. We will be back in 1 minute.
There are places in this world at the edge of the unknown, protected by nature's ruthless beauty and our own self-doubt. Places that connect us to something bigger, that remind us to appreciate the bold and applaud the fearless. Places that remind us how similar we all are at the core. Explorers and dreamers. Places that bind us to what we could be if we went just a little bit further. There's more to you than imaginable, hidden out there in the unknown. Go find it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 24.2. The CrossFit Crash Open. You've watched a neck and neck battle between Hopper and Taylor Stuff. We still don't know who the winner is. We're about to find out soon. You're here with Andrew Hiller from HillerFit, John Young from JY Barbell, Caleb in the back, and what's his name? Mr. Souza on the couch, making sure everything works out right. We have JR Howell on the floor. Let's go to JR and find out what the fuck happened.
Look at him.
Yeah, so they were
JR.
both finishing up. Bang, bang. Both at 300, went to get off. Jason went to grab the barbell. Zach said he didn't complete the lift.
So we're tied?
Correct. They've tied 30 reps each in what? The round of 12? Is that 11?
Okay, John, go nuts. Let me hear your why this is bullshit.
I just think it's stupid. If we're gonna have it could be a tie on the leaderboard. That's fine. But like bragging rights, bro to bro, you end up at the same thing. Whoever got off the roller first wins.
Caleb, really, who got off the rower first? You got to give Jason some credit. I mean, that's some fucking hard.
John, that's the
doing that.
dumbest shit I've ever heard in my
Who
life.
completed? Okay. How about this? They both completed 300 meters and no deadlifts, right?
Sure.
Who completed the 300 meters in the fastest time?
No, dude. If
That's
I
how
lift,
it's
if
freaking
I
ranked.
clean and jerk 315 and you clean and jerk 315, doesn't matter who did it faster.
Totally different things.
It's
Totally
the exact same
different
thing.
things.
It's a
No,
test
it
of
is
fitness,
not.
you dum dum.
No, it's an AMRAP. No, on the leaderboard, it's fine. It's a tie.
Let's keep the name calling down, Hiller. That was mean. That was mean. That
Dumb.
cut
But
that cut deep to
bragging
his soul.
rights,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
on
yeah.
one. I'm like, I beat you.
I'd be curious to hear what they have to say about it.
He doesn't really know where he is right now. Jason said he-
JR, what's your take?
Now,
I
if
am
I'm
impressed.
Taylor, if I'm Taylor, it's a tie, right? Obviously.
If you're anybody, it's a tie, John. If you're anybody,
Hey,
it's a tie.
but I am impressed that Jason went over to try to give it a tug.
Yeah.
Yeah, and chances are he jumped off his rower a couple meters early too. I wasn't there to look.
Oh boy.
Oh
Hey,
my
hey,
goodness!
Don't try to start nefariousness
Oh
You-
my
you-
goodness,
you
JR, what are
know
you
that.
saying?
You know I'm saying that tongue in cheek.
Okay.
Isn't your tongue
No, I
always
actually
next
just
to
went
your
over to
cheek?
Jason and said, honestly, dude, I didn't think you finished the rep. Like you just kind of stood it up with bent knees. Maybe I'm
Hey,
wrong.
I thought he got it. I thought he got it.
I didn't see it.
I thought he got it. Caleb, is there any way to check the tape?
I'll go back and look.
Okay. I thought he got it. Have either of them talked yet, JR?
Well, I mean, Taylor was just over there sitting next to him, so I don't know if they've talked to each
Taylor
other.
seems in much better condition than Hopper does right now.
Hey, if the clock on the stream is correct, then absolutely not. He did not get that rep. If the clock on the stream is the clock that's on the floor, then no, he didn't get it.
I mean, Sam Smith.
It's very
seems
close to
have
the
a
clock on the
pretty-
floors.
Dude, that's a beaten man.
Oh, really? Sousa's peeping the replay over here, and he says it looks like he got it.
No, it does not. He's wrong.
Well, let's see it.
If you go off the
Susan, you're wrong.
here, hold on. Oh, you can't see my
Unless
screen.
you're looking at a different clock.
Can we pull it up?
Yeah, you want me to pull it up?
God.
Caleb, you got it or you want me to do it? I have it.
I think if you pull it up, it might mess the screen up.
All right, I'm not going to do it then.
That's all right. I can reorient.
Oh, this
Wow.
yeah,
Oh, that was
was
cool.
good.
Go ahead. Pull it up, Andrew.
I don't think it'll do it. There we go.
Are we gonna get copyright strike?
It
Oh, shit.
is
Anthony
not
Joshua
up.
knocked out
He didn't get it.
Ngannou.
Hey, well, it's not even close.
That's at 20 minutes, and he's not even above his knees yet.
Yeah. No, it's not even close. It's a
Frame by frame, please. Frame by frame.
Okay.
And I want to know what Taylor's looking at.
Look, 11:59. Okay, and so as soon as it hits 20, it's over? Or does he have until it hits 21?
No,
it-
20, it's over.
20.
Taylor's looking up at the clock. There's a clock above their heads on the floor.
I wonder what Taylor's looking at. I wonder if he's looking at 20. Like, oh, it's at 20 right now.
I wonder if that clock is a second slower or something.
JR, let's start with Taylor Self. What do you think about Taylor's performance? Did he game this properly? Was this executed to perfection? Or did he have a little more in the tank? Did he mess up and he could have gotten one more rep?
JR took his ears out, I think.
All right. What do you think about that question, John Young? Do you think Taylor executed perfectly?
Yeah, I think Hopper did not, and I think Taylor did, and Taylor about caught him in the end. I think if that, I know I'm complaining right now, but if that workout goes 10 more seconds, I think Taylor beats him anyway.
I don't know. Jayson seemed committed and grabbed the bar first, but
No, 10 more seconds though. He'd have to do multiple reps, and Taylor could, and Hopper couldn't even. He doesn't even know where he is.
But how about this? This was my take on it. That maybe Taylor did not execute perfectly because he had a little more left in the tank. That he could have jumped the gun. Maybe he
No,
could have
you
started.
want to be able to send it at the end of this. You
I think
want
he
to
did
be
that
able to send it.
intentionally.
Yeah,
But,
you want to be
but
able
do you
to
think
send
maybe
it at
he
the
should
end.
have sent it a little bit sooner?
Maybe at 15 minutes instead of 16 minutes. Yeah,
I think that's
probably.
easy to say in hindsight.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Thoughts on that, Hiller? Thoughts on execution by both Jayson and Taylor?
I'd rather be Taylor than Hopper right now. That's for sure.
I would
And-
rather
and-
be Taylor than Hopper
Because I think Jayson was holding on for dear life with about 3 minutes left, and Taylor was sprinting to the finish. That's why Jason's down, Taylor's not.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
I don't
hindsight,
know.
Taylor probably wants to go faster sooner, and he's standing there like, "Damn, I could have gotten him."
Jayson blew up.
Here's the thing. Let me tell you what I see. I see more of the heart of a champion in Jayson Hopper because he went over to try to get that extra rep. Like that's a winning mindset. The fact that Taylor was looking up at the clock, no bueno.
That's a weakness. That's a weakness for sure.
Thank you, Caleb.
I love Hopper for that. It's great. He did great. Hopper's the man.
The boys are sitting next to each other. We do not have a mic on them. We will get both of them.
Do you want them to have a mic?
That would be great if we could get them to.
Do you think
Chop it
Taylor
up a
takes
little bit.
this as a win?
For sure.
No.
No. They got to
Taylor
say it's a tie.
Taylor just said, Mr. O'Keefe is in the house now. Taylor just came over and said, undefeated still.
I think Taylor takes
There it is.
I think Taylor takes it as a win, guys.
Absolutely, he does.
What's their total reps? So what was that? Was that 11 rounds?
It was the row of the 11th round. So
Yeah.
9:30.
Okay.
So that's so it's 9:30.
Okay.
You guys want Taylor? He looks like he's the most coherent.
Anyone would be great if we could hear what's going on. Yeah, we'll take Taylor.
Because I don't want to lose to a fucking douche canoe like Justin and all these other guys. We should have been it. We tied him.
Douche canoe. Who did you tie, Taylor? Who did you tie? Great job, dude. What a show. 2 weeks in a row, you have stolen the show. You've made Jayson Hopper first you made Down Pepper superstar, and then you made Jayson Hopper superstar. You're a star maker, Taylor. Can you hear me? Saying good shit.
You know what they got to do? They got to repeat it now.
Yeah, tomorrow. No, rest 5 minutes and then redo.
Let's watch Hopper's legs.
What's up? What's up?
Look at O'Keefe hasn't even wiped his hands off yet. Let's watch O'Keefe. There it is. There's
He got a little sweat on his jacket.
There you go. It's always fun to see that. I always try to act cool when I hug the athletes and I'm covered in sweat. I don't want anyone to see me wipe my hand
I've
off.
never seen Nikes with a backward swoosh.
Be
Those
good.
must
Be
be
calm. Taylor, can you hear us?
Be
Yes.
calm.
What's up, baby? For last week, you made Down Pepper star. This week, you make Jayson Hopper a star. What are you doing here, buddy?
What do you mean I made them a star?
I mean, you just warred with them. You gave them the fucking championship caliber competition, bringing out the best in both these guys.
I feel, to be honest, like that fucking sucked. If we both had a better game plan, I think we both get into the double unders. But we both said, this is so annoying. And this happens every time we work out together. We're both like, oh, we're not going to do anything stupid or come out hot. 5 minutes in, I'm looking at the clock like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
And does Jayson think the same thing? Does he think he came out hot too?
Yes. Big time.
At one point, Taylor, he had a 14-second lead on you, buddy.
I've got pretty good composure.
Tell me, though, were you freaking out? He had a 14-second lead on you. I was thinking about coming over to your house and taking your girl from you at that point.
No, I was thinking in my head, like, well, I kind of knew this was going to happen. He's one of the best in the world at rowing. But I also knew that I could see him slowing down a little bit, and I knew that as long as I stayed fast on my transitions and deadlifts, my row was going to fall off a little bit from the pace that I went out at. I knew that, so I knew as long as I kept the deadlift and the double under transitions fast, that it would be what it was going to be. And I also kind of knew that there was a chance that he'd trip up, and he tripped up.
Hey, boys.
Did slowing down help you speed up?
No, I did not speed up at any point until the last row.
Well, he did
Go
not
ahead,
speed
JR.
up on the last row. He tried, and he did not have it.
Oh,
I
there's
was
Jayson. That's Jayson.
132 on the last row.
Hey, Taylor, at some point, I want to say probably at the 16-minute mark, JR said, and these boys noticed too, Hiller and John noticed that Jayson took his face winced. And they all thought that maybe you saw that too. Did you see him with his mouth open and his posture break and think I need to attack?
Was my face not fucking broken? Dude, I felt like there was drool coming out of my asshole.
No, you look pretty normal.
Oh,
Jayson,
That's how you normally look, Taylor.
Jayson Hopper,
What's up?
14-second lead on this chump. How did that feel? Were you just like, yeah, I got this?
Yeah, that's kind of the game plan. And this is the opportunity to, test the limits. I wouldn't necessarily say I would come out that aggressive in any sort of live competition, but this is the space to really test the boundaries, and I did it. And so yeah, 14 seconds, but I mean, I pretty much felt it, so I wasn't too thrilled.
Could you hear his rower in that final round? Were you like, oh fuck, this guy's getting at it?
No, my eyes were shut, to be honest.
You couldn't hear. Your eyes were shut and you couldn't hear.
I couldn't hear. I was honestly, at that point, I was just, praying for the clock to just speed up, because I knew I had a few pulls on them, and I knew I had at least one more minute in the tank.
At what point did you think it was going downhill?
I would say probably 11 minutes in. 11 minutes in, I looked up at the clock and I said, I'm in deep water.
This is the thing. Unfortunately for Jayson, it's going to show a nice big old fat tie on the leaderboard, but in competition, he for sure had the W. He got off the rower first. If that's a finish
Thank you.
No, what?
No, I'm putting.
We had this argument.
We're not putting it in. They reviewed it. You didn't get it, bro.
I'm putting that rep on.
Fuck off.
Taylor would,
Listen.
so I'm going to.
No, we had this
Listen.
argument Taylor, before you guys came.
Had the replay as a no rep.
Taylor, why didn't you
Bill
grab?
Leahy would, so you will.
Okay.
Hey, you watch your mouth. You watch your mouth.
Yeah, Jason, you weren't close to getting that rep. We watched the replay. It was
Yes,
not.
he was. What do you mean he wasn't close? He was
It
very
was at your
close.
knees.
Was like,
it was
fuck
at
that,
your
and fell
knees.
over.
Dude.
Taylor, why didn't you grab the barbell? Like,
I was still 2 feet away at 58. So I set up on the bar and then time expires. I just knew that I wasn't getting that.
Dude, look at it. Hold on. Play it. Play it.
No, that's at 20
Look at the
minutes.
clock. Look at the clock.
That's 20 minutes.
I think you're standing there, Jason. I think you're standing. It's just a bad camera angle.
Look at that. You look like a pooping dog. You look like my dog taking a dump in the
I can't,
backyard.
honestly, with the black shorts, I can't really see if my hips are extended.
You're right.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
he has a point. He has a point.
In competition, that's a W for Jason.
What'd y'all think?
Hey.
Tell me the commentary while that was going
God.
on.
Yeah, I just want to know what you were thinking to grab the bar. You rushed off the rower. Can we watch that, Jason? Let's watch that last 4 seconds let's watch how fast you do that transition while Taylor's already fucking checking his fucking DMs.
Oh, shut up.
Is there a replay?
Yeah, we're gonna get a replay here in a second. Caleb can do everything.
I need
How
some.
dare you?
And, hey,
All right. While that's getting put up,
JR,
let's see it here.
do you have any rings?
Wow, I look like I'm hurting bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro,
you do.
your whole posture was broken. You're the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's what you look like the last 7 minutes of the workout, Jason.
Look at
Oh, you
that,
gotta
dude.
count that. You got to count that. That's a buzzer beater lift right there, dude. That's a buzzer beater lift.
That's a buzzer beater shot and a big old freaking
God,
jam the
shut
ring.
your-
Ooh, 12 daily
12
doses.
daily doses. So Taylor Self has to be thinking games or
No.
bust this year. This dude's legit as fuck. Sentinel
I'm
Training.
already upset. I'm not competing.
What? You're not?
Hopper.
All right, tell me. I want to hear y'all's commentary. What were y'all thinking?
Well, we thought you were running away with it about 10 minutes in, and then you tripped, and then Taylor it felt like he smelled blood in the water.
I
But
felt
then
like
you were-
I smelt him smelling blood.
But then you were holding steady at 10 seconds for the longest time, and then
Smelled my own
Like-
blood.
3 minutes in, that lead got littler and littler, and then I looked at Taylor, and I thought you had it fine because you got in the rower. You smashed your jump rope. Like, I've won. I didn't trip. Now I just got to hold on a row, and you're Jayson Hopper. And then we saw Taylor send it on the rower, and you weren't sending it. And then I thought Taylor was going to catch you, and then it was a tie.
I'm sorry.
Jason, basically around the 16 minute mark, as we approached the 16-minute mark, we thought Taylor had no chance. And then at about 16:05, things started changing, and we were like, oh shit, Taylor has a chance. And then at the 18:05 mark, it was like, oh shit, we have a foot race to the finish line. Like the last 2 minutes were so intense.
Honestly, I'm just giving the fans what they want. They wanted a good race. I'm sure at home they were on their feet watching it. So that's all you could ask for.
Your
honestly.
transitions, dude, those started to slow down quite a bit right
So
around
that's
that
what I
point.
saw.
Dude, when
11 minutes.
dude,
Your rope
When I-
got further away from your
I
rower.
feel like there was one round where I stood at the last deadlift and like stumbled back. I was like, oh, man.
Yep.
I dropped the bar once. Like,
I think I made a comment on you at that point. You'll love that going back to check it out.
Dude, how the hell is it
It
Bryson
was a comment,
gets-
bro.
How the hell's Bryson get more live viewers?
That's a surprise.
yesterday? Dude, what the hell's up with that?
Oh,
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you were watching 24.2, the CrossFit Crash.
We're like the
CrossFit
Rangers.
Open. You have Andrew Hiller from BIRTHFIT, John Young from JY Barbell, and in the house joining us. I don't know if you can hear us, Matt O'Keefe. What's up, dude?
I can
Wow.
hear you. How are you guys?
That's good.
Good. How did you end up there? How did you end up there with young journeyman Jayson Hopper?
He's giving me
I
a
was-
Nike contract.
I was in Nashville, watched Brooke do the workout this morning, and drove over. I hit a little traffic, so it took me about 6.5 hours. So I got to watch the broadcast and listen to you guys pick on my boy a little bit.
Awesome.
Process.
Did we beat
But
Brooke?
They were picking on me.
You did. It's honestly, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. And these guys did exactly what you should have done, which is see what your edge looks like in the open. You know, I don't think it bit either of them. I mean, maybe Jayson gets a little more out of this with a little slower pace out of the gate,
100%. I think he
but
does.
but what's I mean, it's the open. This is where you should be testing that, right?
Hey, O'Keefe, what was your sense of the vibe between these two? Were you there before? Was it tense between them? Was it weird?
No, but I know it would have been for sure 100%. It is.
We didn't talk.
If they're working out against each other on a normal day, I think it's pretty tense, right? Right, boys?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
That would normally be right. I did make a concerted effort before this workout to go and be like, "Hey, love you, dude." And he goes, "How you feeling?" And I was like, "Nervous." He goes, "Why?" And I was like, "Well, because what both of us are capable of is not going to be very comfortable at the end." I do think I'm frustrated because I know I'm going to look at the leaderboard, and I don't think it's going to really reflect what I'm capable of. And I think Jayson would probably agree with that for him. But like what Matt said is right. This is a good opportunity to just push it pretty hard. But
to be honest, I watched Dallin and Taylor go last week, and I saw them come out so hot. So I was like, they inspired me a little bit. So I was like, hey, let's do it again.
the same thing happened last week. I saw
Except we had to go 18 more minutes or 12 more minutes.
Yeah, at least. Jeez.
Wow.
Did either of you feel like you were going to throw up during the at the end there?
No, it's a different feel. It's way more uncomfortable during to me, but the aftermath is nowhere near as bad.
I felt like I was going to throw up watching the broadcast while I was driving.
Oh, good.
Really safe, especially in that Asheville area with all those turns.
I will say that the last time I felt the way that I did in that workout was 2021 Games sandbag ski rope climb.
Oh, I remember that. The cyclone bag.
Watch that.
That was probably, I think in 11 minutes in, I was like, I remember this feeling, and it's from 3 years ago.
We knew literally a minute into that workout, but round into that workout, when he looked to his left and right, and he's like, "Why are Pat and Brent so far behind me right now? Because you ran too fast."
Hey, Jayson, a lot of people say that the Open doesn't matter. Obviously, we're doing Taylor Self versus the world, so Taylor's going to fucking bring it to everybody. Would you normally, if you weren't doing this in front of thousands of people, taking it slower, just been like, okay, and instead it turned into this?
I mean, there is a level of just adrenaline and anxiousness and feeling the nerves and everybody around, and so to be honest, I feel like I'm experienced enough on game day and live competition to be able to handle those nerves to the point where I'm able to, not come out too hot like a lot of people would. And so today I had those same nerves, same adrenaline, and I wanted to ride the line a little bit more. I wanted to see how close I can get to the sun without getting burned, and I got burned.
Would you say that this was a good training day for you? Like that was a good training workout, that you will be fitter from that workout, that you'll get good adaptation from it?
Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't do that I wouldn't do that even in training, because I would want to. You'd want to pace it like you would on game day, and so you don't really get these opportunities where you're feeling this adrenaline, you're feeling this nerve. You have a fan, you have a crowd, and so these opportunities are few to none. And so, honestly, the Open does mean nothing. And yes, it's really just pride, and so you got to put that to the side and just kind of send it.
It means something in the sense that anytime you put yourself on a leaderboard, you want to put your best foot forward. I feel that way. I know you feel that way. You don't ever look at a workout and be like, "Oh, the Open doesn't matter, so I'm not going to try that hard." Like, I know you don't do that.
No, I don't do that, but I do see it as an opportunity to kind of like send it
test
when I necessarily wouldn't send it that hard, or I'd be a lot more conservative and trust the pacing and just trust that I'm trying to build throughout. And honestly, when I rode, I was like, hey, I'm gonna commit to this pace, and even though it is aggressive, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I will regret it, maybe I won't, but I'm committed to coming out a little hot and doing it.
Hey, where's little Colton at? You're gonna have some work to do next week, buddy.
This is not Colton's show.
You're gonna have some work to do next week, buddy.
He asked about you guys.
He did.
You get some thrusters with Colton next week.
Fuck that. Did you see Saturday's cap workout? 100 front squats.
Ooh, that'd be ugly.
Yeah,
Matt O'Keefe.
They don't want to squat in the Open.
Open wall balls.
Matt O'Keefe. So you run a facility. You're the CEO of HW
in the sport.
Don't interrupt me again. Oh. You're the CEO of HWPO, and you have these camps up there, and you have multiple high-level athletes hanging out together. Do you warn them about this? Like, do you tell them, like, hey, there's 5 of you in the room. Don't start acting like jackasses and just destroying each other. Like
we honestly, we've evolved this year, already. We learned a lot last year with having a lot of them in the same cage. Specifically this stage, I mean, we talk a lot about trying to de-emphasize the Open, but do things like this, which is like, hey, don't overemphasize this for the full 3 weeks, but that day, let's go compete and see where your edge is, which is what Jay did today. I mean, yeah, it's a track. Honestly, these guys together all the time can be dangerous, and we experienced some of that last year, right, Jay? I mean, when you're running these guys against each other for 6-8 weeks to lead up to competition, they want to go when there's another great competitor next to them. So you got to be strategic with that, and we learned a lot about that last year, particularly.
Colton Mertens in the comments. How did you dorks barely beat me in a rowing workout? He continues with an advantage setup.
Because we unzipped and flopped it out from the start, dude. Sorry, we didn't sit there and play it safe like you guys. Come on, man. We gave the people what they wanted.
I'm coming for that ass, Taylor. Next week, guys, we are less than 7 days away from what is going to be the most intense open workout in the history of the sport. Brian Friend. Hello, my friend. Does Taylor think he can win the Worldwide Open?
No shot.
I don't know, dude. That's 2 impressive performances in a row. I mean, you're going to be in the mix.
Gymnastics next week.
If it's a lot of gymnastics, I'll have a shot.
Yeah, tell me, what do you mean?
Pull that up. Pull that back up. I don't want to see.
Hold on 1 second. I want to hear John Young's take on that. John, what do you mean? Tell me what you would, if something came up. Give me a quick workout off the top of your head that if it happens, you think, oh shit, Taylor is going to win the Open.
I mean, if it's light thrusters and toes to bar, chest to bar muscle ups, I think he has a shot.
And what is a light thruster?
I mean,
95
pounds.
or lighter.
Yeah,
75
pounds.
70, Randy, but thrusters. I'm good.
I think
Colton would smash you on that.
Trevor Gentry.
Colton might smash him on that, but Taylor's got better scores than Colton in one of the workouts. Yeah.
Listen, that I did not drag Jayson.
Hold on, Taylor. There's people watching. Hold on, Tuck, chill. Trevor Gentry.
I'm not pretending that he didn't hawk me down.
Jason, boys, I gotta read this. There's people watching. This isn't you in Snapchat.
There's people listening.
Your boyfriends. Listen.
People are listening.
Listen. Trevor Gentry, stop pretending like Taylor didn't hawk Jayson on that final row. Taylor dragged Jayson into deep water on a workout. Hopper should win. Taylor's the real deal.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Can I chime in on this for a second?
Please.
Yeah.
This
is the problem with the internet right here.
This is the problem.
This is the problem. These two had no idea where either of them were at that point and weren't paying any attention but what the next pole felt and looked like for themselves. So nobody trapped anybody at that point. They're all just trying to get that row to continue to move. I mean, you guys get it, but that is not even close to the case.
I would say Jayson took a head first dive into the deep end, and I didn't drag him into that. He went full in himself.
At the end of the day, y'all could anybody can say what they want to say. I'm confident enough that performance would never happen when it matters. This is the only time you can really send it like that, and I did. And so you can believe me or not. I mean,
it's not a bad performance anyway.
I did get hawked down. I'm not saying I didn't. I'm just saying I know. Like, I'm confident enough that if this mattered and there was money on the line, if there was, this qualified me to the CrossFit Games, I would have been a little bit wiser in the approach.
Oh, Hiller, what's Jayson saying? We saw Jayson with the Husafel stone. He was he could barely walk. He looked like he was on fentanyl.
Dude, that was my.
What do you mean you know how to pace? We already know you don't know how to pace. You're a fucking
shut up.
You have one speed.
I am curious, considering we would always hear. I mean, it's intensity, and intensity is defined as work done within a time domain. And if we're trying to get the best score, why not pace it from the beginning, knowing that would give you the best score? I saw you at a 138. You thought you could hold that?
At the end of the day, like, I'm not saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to hold this. Like, before I start, like, I'm committing to a pace that I believe I can hold, but it is a little bit aggressive.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to be, as stupid when I wouldn't know if I can hold it. I didn't know if I could hold that. This is the time to like go out and try to do it.
Hey, I thought you could hold it, if that means anything.
Well, I mean, I thought I did too, or else I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think.
Let me articulate. So, like, I did, this is a relatively moderate EMOM for someone at like Jayson's level or the top level, but I did 20 cal row, 20 bike erg for 30 minutes, like several months ago. And that's a benchmark I've done several times in the past. And that's holding like a 1450 to a 1480 cal per hour on the rower for 30 minutes, alternating. So I'm thinking, okay, that translates to a 141 rower. I did that for 30 minutes or 15 minutes rowing at a 141 quote unquote pace. So I'm like, all right, for this workout, I can hold a 143 for sure. He's probably thinking 5 seconds faster than that, which would be appropriate because he's probably 5 seconds per 500 better than me on the rower. So we probably had the same idea coming into the workout. I'm like, all right, 143, I got that. Round 8, I'm at a 150.
Thank you. We
That's
just
how it
lost
works.
500 listeners because of your fucking numbers and rowers and fucking shit. Listen, this is a
Someone
fucking
out there is
algebra
going
class.
to appreciate
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen,
Someone's
we
gonna
are
like it.
lucky
Probably
enough.
Bill.
Tough crowd.
We're lucky enough to have Jayson Hopper here, Matt O'Keefe, Taylor Self. We just finished 24.2, the Born Primitive CrossFit Crash Open. Thank you, J.R. Howell, for letting us use your gym. John Young, Andrew Hiller, of course, Matt O'Keefe, Jayson Hopper, Taylor Self. How will you guys feel tomorrow? Is this just a training day for you? Just like whatever.
I don't think it'll have an effect.
No, yeah, I was a lot more aerobic, so we shouldn't feel it as much.
I think you should run it back and decide who wins this tie.
Shut up, John.
Absolutely.
Dude, I got 1 rep on him. I'm counting that rep, dude.
I think it's legit. I think it's legit.
Hiller, you can make a video, Hiller, on it.
I'm pretty sure week 1 is the tiebreaker.
Hopper, you should give yourself that extra rep and see if they you should give yourself that extra rep and see if they call it back.
When you exit a station, isn't like the time at which you exit? Is that part of this?
Usually
I tried to say that and they wouldn't buy it.
No.
Was there a tiebreaker in this?
No, usually it'd be like time completed at 2 rounds, but they don't have anything like that.
Why don't they have that?
Because there's 900 reps in the workout.
They want us to not be able to figure it out.
There you go.
Jason,
spoken by
Jason,
Matt
will
O'Keefe.
you
You heard it here.
Jason,
let me see if I can find my phone because I got a video of it recorded. So if it's on, if I did it 20 minutes on the clock on the wall, then I'm counting it.
I mean, how good of an open workout is this, though? I mean, this is really well programmed.
Thank you.
That's what Sevan and I were talking about. That agreed.
I mean,
Thank you. John Young disagrees with you, O'Keefe. I think it's amazing.
Barbell weight's perfect.
I think this workout by itself is fine.
No, you don't like it, John?
Boring.
I don't like it because of week 1. I think if you're gonna do week 1 the way, then this shouldn't be the way it is. It's
Matt,
only
why
2
do you
weeks.
like it?
25% of the field's moving on. It's like not really like it matters at the top end here. I mean, this is great because I can look at this and say,
y'all,
I can do this.
It
with
literally
these
is
guys,
1920, 1959.
Your clock, by the way, on the
Where, dude,
broadcast
look at
was
it. Look at
off,
it. Look at it.
for sure.
Bam.
Taylor.
Have to
You put it up to the camera.
No, you're gonna have to clip it.
Sure.
All right, hold on.
Clip it short.
And listen, this is what I was talking about. This is why Taylor should have gone and grabbed the fucking bar.
Sevan, the rep is not going to count, and if it does, I'm
100%
redoing on Monday.
So good.
And that's why these two dudes are badasses.
If either of you redo this, you're idiots.
Justin,
Nice.
redid it.
Napoleon
O'Keefe, you
Dynamite.
think our clock was off? Our clock was off on the show.
I think that from what I was watching on the broadcast, they said go and start
Locked out.
rowing, and
Locked
then you
out.
started the clock just to
What-
spec
hold on.
after.
Oh, he's being very protective of
Yeah,
that cell
here,
phone.
get the right angle. Get the right angle.
Honestly, it looks like you got the rep
Here,
on
look.
this. Yeah.
Locked out.
Can you clip it shorter?
Oh shoot! Dang.
Taylor,
Yeah,
while we're waiting, Taylor, let me ask you a question about your body. Hey, how is everything holding up? I know it's been 2 years of coming back. Are you feeling you push yourself really hard 2 weeks in a row? How's the body feeling?
I feel fine. Neither of those workouts really take any toll on me at all. Those are
Joints, everything, legs, knees, everything's good to go.
yeah, nothing that leaves any sort of residual effect the first 2 weeks.
And how are the Savage ones today?
I love them. Yeah, they're light.
Hold on. Where's the camera?
Let me see.
I mean,
Oh,
You gotta
this is not-
focus.
This is not very helpful.
We gotta
Hold on.
focus.
Focus.
You put it so the camera's facing your butt during, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and say none of these are gonna count because we. Can't
Oh
tell
my
if they're locked
God.
out.
Wow.
Your knees aren't an
We
extension.
Look at
have-
those knees.
Oh,
Your knees are not an extension.
Hey,
Hey,
take a screen.
oh,
Take a
like-
screenshot of
Dude,
that.
that was
Jason,
kind of good to me.
Jason, Jason.
Wow.
Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot.
Put it on Instagram and let people vote.
Wow.
I just went to the tape, and I think we have a winner here.
Wow.
Or Ben, it looks like he's sitting on the toilet.
Just
Let me
people
hear
vote.
from
Put it
John
on-
Young.
put it-
John, we got a clock in the shot that says 1959, and what we have, it appears to be Jayson Hopper standing at full erect position. Please, as the senior analyst in the space, please tell me what you think.
Come on, John.
I think you give it to him, man. The open
oh,
doesn't matter.
oh,
You give it to
shut
him.
up. You can't use that as the reason, John Young.
Listen. I swear on my freaking.
This
Your
is
knees
for his
are not
OnlyFans.
out.
Hey, you know,
Dude, I'm boat-legged. I'm boat-legged. That's natural.
Yeah, he's boat-legged. He's boat-legged.
the Heat
Both.
One app heavily just influences my pick
Oh,
here, but I'm
God.
going to say it
All
counts.
those people who bet on this.
Hey, if you could go screenshot another deadlift rep and compare the two, that's what I want to see.
That's fair. That's fair.
Show me another completed deadlift. I want to see
Video to
what it looks
Hiller, and he'll
All right.
decide. Just send it to Hildy.
I'm
like.
gonna
Hildy.
Jason, let me ask you this really quick. Do you have another angle also?
Nope.
God, that you're fucking a lunchbox.
He's
Why,
so
dude?
quick to say no.
I know.
It's because of the clock. It's probably the only one he has with the clock in it.
Dude, my judge is a certified CrossFit judge.
And he
I
didn't give it
trusted
to
him.
you.
I trusted him.
He
That's
gave
a
you
good
9
point, Taylor.
He didn't give it to you.
Ooh,
motherfucker.
that's a good point by saying. Yeah, you shouldn't have used that argument.
And I say, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
All right, this is literally my first rep.
Just because your first rep
Hey,
was
screenshot him.
extension doesn't mean that one counts.
It literally is the same.
Yeah, screenshot those and send those to Hiller.
Literally is the same.
Oh my God, yep.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
but
with.
it- based
I'm
on
with
this
you,
camera,
Hopper.
they
I think
look
you
the
give it to
same.
you.
I think you give it to me.
Based on this camera, they're the same.
Dude,
Thank you, Hiller.
And JR
do we
did
wanna talk
confirm
about-
that
do we
those
wanna
reps
talk
were
about
good.
Week 1 of 2022, and do we want to talk about that? Do you remember that?
What happened week
Jesus,
Hopper, you
here
got
we
my
go.
number if you want to
The
send
box
it over.
jump over dumbbell snatch.
Gosh,
wall
Taylor's
workout.
like an ex-girlfriend
happened?
bringing up the past like this.
Yeah, Jesus.
Workout.
He didn't
wall
love
walk,
her, Taylor. He didn't love her.
I'm sorry. The only workouts you remember are open workouts.
Taylor, he didn't love her. He didn't look into her eyes, Taylor. Listen, you guys, I got to thank you guys. Taylor, you are an absolute savage. All eyes on you, dude. You are a kingmaker. You did it for Dallin. You did it for Jason. Matt O'Keefe, thank you for showing up. Born Primitive, CA
That was
Peptides.
fun.
None of this would happen if you guys didn't fund bringing these guys out. Will Brandstetter, you are a fucking god.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Will. Hell.
everyone love on Will. Jason, have you thanked Will yet? Have you thanked him yet?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. All right.
I just hired Will. Sorry about that, Sevan.
No,
Can I say one
joking,
more
not
thing?
joking.
Can I be myself? for
you
one
can't
second?
have Will.
Don't cuss.
Yeah, well, hold on, Taylor. I'll give you the last word. Give me 1 second. Andrew Hiller, thanks for coming on. You the man. You always bring the viewers. You are the true influencer. John Young, you're the smartest guy I know. Thank you so much. You stand by your word. You have great conviction. Love you, buddy. Caleb, Souza, you guys rock. Go ahead, Taylor.
Eat shit, Juana.
No context. No, zero.
Thank you very much for entertaining us.
That was fun.
Great work, guys. This was awesome.
Every morning, we wake up knowing what's at stake. Freedom, honor, duty. This is more than a mission. It's the oath we took. It's the flag we wear on our sleeve and everything it stands for. We don't do it for money, glory, or fame, but for something deeper. It's for our families, for our freedom, for our way of life. And to anyone who tries to take that away from us, good fucking luck. Even when the mission is complete, training is never over. We are constantly honing our craft and sharpening our axe. That is the warrior mindset. This isn't just a brand to us. We're a part of these stories because we've lived these stories. And while we might have hung up the rifle and body armor one last time, our new mission is to outfit our nation's heroes with the best apparel on the planet. By the operator, for the operator. To those still standing on that wall, we salute you. The damn few. Born Primitive Tactical, for those who defend.
And we're supposed to be done, but we're not because someone has to pick the winner. Born Primitive and CA Peptides give us stuff, but someone wants to give you guys something. Someone wants to give you $200 giveaway of Paper Street Coffee. So if Taylor or Jason could do the honor, scroll through and just randomly pick a name out of the chat, then you will DM me and Gabe at Paper Street Coffee. and you will get the easy $200.
Hey, there you go, right there.
Damn. A regular Kenneth DeLapp, by God, Hopper's cut of granite. And that's enough to make you
$400 a paper streak. That is a comment.
Yeah, 3% body fat, right, Jason?
Dude, we did the
We
in-body
did.
test.
He sent it
Oh
to
my.
me.